They tried to silence you, but now you're the spotlight. There's a specific type of woman who gets silenced early. Not because she's chaotic, not because she's anxious, but because her presence shifts the room before she even speaks, and that woman is you. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be obnoxious. You just need to be felt. And people can feel you. And that kind of presence makes insecure people uncomfortable. You were corrected, directed, managed, humbled, but you learned how to soften yourself in rooms that felt threatened by your depth. And this has been to your own demise. And over time, you confused shrinking with maturity. But suppressed power doesn't just disappear, it waits. And when you reconnect to it, you don't chase the spotlight anymore. You don't chase attention anymore. It becomes you. Welcome to Alchemity, because turning pain into power, power into pleasure, pleasure into your purpose is sexy. I am your host and creator of this colony and the many colonies we are building around our globe, hell, around our galaxies at this point. We're building temples around our galaxies at this point. I am your queen bee, Miss Burgess, if you're nasty. Ooh, AKA also known as the Gypsy Empress, also known as Nova, also known as Honey, also known as Sunshine, also known as Lilith, also known as Eat. Just call me Legion. Just call me Legion. Listen, if you got your copy of the erotic siren call, you already know what I'm talking about. If you don't have your copy, what are you waiting for? It's my workbook over on Patreon. For those of you who are called into the public eye, for those of you who know that your mission and your purposes require you to be on stages in the spotlight. The erotic siren call is for you. It's time for you to activate your signature siren for the stage. Your signature siren is for you to embody so that you can answer the calling from the spotlight. Many of you are afraid of the heat that the spotlight brings, but it is your mission. It is your purpose. And if you don't answer that mission or that purpose, you will suffer. You will continue to suffer. You will continue to suffer. And anyway, let's keep going. I'm your host, creator, Miss Burgess. If you're nasty, you already know what it is. Welcome into the colony. This is the colony here on YouTube. Over on Patreon is where we have our sensual, sacred, yummy, delicious, juicy temple. Okay. So our temple is over on Patreon. Here is the colony. Okay, we call it the colony because this is where you get buzzing around the information. But when you're ready to dive deeper, go deeper, higher. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me higher love. Higher love. Okay, when you're ready to go deeper or higher, become a member over on Patreon. You can either become an initiate. You can either become an initiate or a come member, cultivating and unleashing through masturbation. Come. If you know, you know. Let's get into this message. Okay, listen. All right. Title of this, as you already heard. If you hear the birds chirping outside, it's a beautiful day. And I'm not going to be before you long because I got a date after this. But listen, the title of this is They Tried to Silence Her. Now she's the spotlight. They tried to silence you. Now you're the spotlight. They tried to come against you. They tried to do spell work on you. They did. They tried to destiny swap with you. They did. They tried to do spells on you to attack your beauty, to attack your body, your health, your skin. They tried to keep you stuck, stagnant, and delayed. They did spell works to try to block your mind, to try to fuck up your mind. They did. They tried to silence you. They even tried to unalive you. But now you are the spotlight. Ain't that a bitch? That's what they say. Ain't this a motherfucker? We did everything we could to stop her, to block her, to keep her stuck, stagnant, and delayed. We did everything we could. And all she did was glow up and look better. All she did was level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. How did she do it? Because she's a divine feminine, because she was chosen to do it. Because every attack that you could have thrown to her, she alchemized it. She had to learn to turn pain into power because of your ass. And guess what? She's thankful because you help her get some practice in. You were sparring practice for her. She ready. Oh, just look at her glow. She ready. Yeah, she's standing up tall. She ready. Confident and bold. Woo! She ready. Never gonna back down. She ready. Ooh, she wearing her crown. She ready. Ooh, she ready. You're ready. Let's get into this message. They tried to stop you, but now you're the spotlight. They tried it. Now listen, I want to break some things down because it's very important that we break these things down. All right. Silencing you. I have some notes in front of me and my laptop is here. So if you see me looking down, it helps keep me on track so I don't go off on a tangent because y'all know I had a tendency to do that. So silencing isn't about volume. Them trying to silence you had nothing to do with you being too loud or boastful or obnoxious, because as we know, there are some very loud and boastful and obnoxious people on the planet, and it's annoying as hell. Just because you're loud doesn't make you educated. Just because you're loud doesn't make people want to look at you. It makes people want to pity you. Okay? So silencing you isn't about being loud. It's unattractive. Okay? It isn't about being obnoxious. That's unattractive. This is about being impactful. This is about people feeling you before you ever even opened your mouth. In some cases, for those of you who are the siren, who are the charmed sirens, okay? For those of you who are the charmed sirens, if you know, you know. If you got your copy of the erotic siren call, you already know, okay? For those of you who are charmed sirens, your power lies in your sound, in your voice, the way that you speak, the way that you sing, the way that you read something, okay? So there are people who hear you before they even see you, and they're turned on by you. Do you know, like, there are musicians, for many of you, some of your callings are to be singers, or poets or something, but do you know that there have been albums released, of artists that sing, and you don't even know who they are because they don't have their pictures on their albums. Like, you never get to see who they are. But their albums sold worldwide, and they were very successful, sold millions of copies, and you never even knew who they were. Y'all have probably heard some of these stories where a woman sings a hook, like somebody's singing that verse, but you don't know who they are because they didn't show her. All right, they may have put somebody else's face on the cover or whatever, something like that. We're not going to get into the details about that because that's a whole nother story. But what I'm saying is there are people who hear you and are drawn to your voice, and they never even seen you before. We never knew who Erykah Badu was until she started saying, "If you don't worry about where I've been, or who I saw, oh, what club I went to with my homies, baby, don't worry, you know that you got me." We didn't know who the fuck that was, but we knew we loved that hook. We knew we loved those lyrics. We knew we loved whoever that was singing it. We knew that we loved it. We were drawn to it because of the way that her voice sounded. It was so unique and different, right? Before we even knew who Erykah Badu was, we heard that verse on the Roots song. Was it the Roots? I think it was the Roots, yeah. And we were drawn to her, right? So this isn't about being loud. This is about resonance. This is about a vibrational frequency that people either hear from you before they even see you, or see or feel from you before they even hear you. Either way it goes, okay? I have my notes here. Again, I'm looking down. Some women are loud because they're dysregulated. Again, this isn't about being loud. I have met loud women before. I work with some of them. And those of you that know, you know I work as a flight attendant. There are some that are so damn loud and obnoxious, it is annoying as fuck. There's nothing attractive or sexy or sensual or magnetic or attractive about that. And just because they draw attention, they think they're drawing attention because they're loud. You're drawing attention because people are annoyed and want you to shut the fuck up. Right? So this isn't about being loud or obnoxious. This is about knowing that your voice carries resonance. This is about knowing when to speak. This is about knowing what to say and how to say it, because your sirens have guided you to saying it. Your sirens are awakened through your sensual energy, by the way. Get your copy of the Erotic Siren Call. It's available on my Patreon. All right? The sirens aren't loud. They're regulated. The sirens aren't loud. They're strategic. And these sirens are ready to answer the calling within you. No, these sirens are ready to be activated within you. They're just waiting for you to answer their call. Hence the Erotic Siren Call. Okay? She's steady. I'm hearing that song. Was it some song, Steady or something? Okay? When you activate your signature siren for the stage, again, my one-on-one work, for those of you who work one-on-one with me, I have evolved the work that I do here on Alchemity, here on YouTube, and even on Patreon continues to evolve. The Erotic Siren Call Workbook, manual, the guide, the initiation guide will continue to evolve as the sirens speak through me. Okay. But the work that I do in my one-on-one consulting with the women that I work with are all for divine feminine women who know that you are called into the spotlight. I don't work with every woman. I don't work with women per se. I work with divine feminine women. There's a difference. Oh, there's such a freedom in knowing who the fuck you are and what you've come here to do. When you do this work in and on yourself on a root chakra level and you raise up that energy from your root chakra, your kundalini serpent fire, power energy, your sensual energy, raising that energy up through your body to your crown to be crowned so that you're sitting on the throne of your power, of your purpose, and of your pussy. So that you're sitting on the throne of your power, of your purpose, and of your pussy. It is so refreshing. It is a breath of fresh air to know who you are, what your purpose is, what you've come here to do. And you don't sugarcoat it anymore. You know what you're here to do and you say it. You don't have to be loud in saying it. Let's keep going. Okay? They tried to silence you. They tried to stop you. They tried to keep you stuck and delayed. But you're now the spotlight. And all the attacks they tried against you, I won't say that they failed, because we all had to die and be reborn. I'll say that they awakened you. Pains so harsh that it woke you up inside, and it had to wake you up inside. Wake me up inside, wake me up inside. Sing me wake me up inside, wake me up. I had to wake you up inside. Are you up yet? Is you up now? Are you awake yet? I hope you are, because this message is for you. If you know you're called into the spotlight and on the stage and you don't feel yet equipped to take on that level of responsibility, it's just because you're not activated and regulated in your sensual energy. It's just because you're not embodied in your body. It's because you haven't communed with your pussy. Give me body, give me body, give me body. You want body, won't you give me body? Want body, won't you give me body? Hey, it just means you're not embodied. That's all. For those of you who are ready to answer the calling of your siren, the erotic siren call, because your erotic siren knows that you're made for the stage and the spotlight. It knows that you're made for leadership. It knows you're supposed to be running for office as a congresswoman. It knows you're supposed to be, marrying a prince and becoming a princess. It knows you're supposed to be on stage performing, singing, dancing, speaking. It knows you're supposed to be designing clothes or doing hair in the public eye. I don't know. It knows you're supposed to be in front of the camera in the public eye in some way, shape, or form. Your siren is calling you to do that. But if you're going to do that, you have to activate your siren, because your siren is going to help you do it. Yeah? Let's keep going. Okay? So, silencing happens when your insight makes people defensive. Your sensuality exposes insecurity. Silencing happens when your confidence disrupts hierarchy. Ooh, it's a major one. As I just said, many of you, your missions and your purposes are to be congressmen, running for office, leaders of countries, leaders of the free world, so to speak, right? Silencing happens when your confidence disrupts hierarchy. Silencing happens when your calm feels intimidating. This is when people try to silence you. This is when people have silenced you. You allow them to silence you because you disrupted the status quo. You were a disruptor. not in chaos. You were a disruptor because all you did was show up. You were a disruptor because you were a unique beauty in a room full of unattractive people. And I don't mean that just physically. I mean that mentally, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, energetically. You were a disruptor because your views and your perspectives about life were unorthodox and taboo. And they landed on the ears of people who were not a vibrational match to meet you where your intelligence was, where your wisdom is. You were the disruptor, and so they tried to silence you. You were the disruptor because you carried yourself a certain way, because you cared about your appearance and your look around women who didn't give a damn. You were the disruptor, right? Silencing happens again because your sensuality exposed insecurity. You showed up embodied in your body in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not even fully embodied, but you showed up in a way where you were turned on and activated in some way, shape, or form. Even if you didn't know it, something about you oozed sensual confidence. And I'm not talking about some of you bitches who operate from an unhealthy ego. You operate from your sensual energy. You try to use sex as a weapon. This isn't about you. This isn't for you. Okay. That's not your sexuality exposing insecurity. There's some of you like I see y'all ever watch like TikTok or Instagram and you see these videos of women who are very beautiful women and they're walking in public and it's in slow motion and you see as they're walking past there are women like looking at them like rolling their eyes and like cutting their eyes and da 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 da. Like you ever see that? I think that is such a social experience. It is some of the most powerful social experiences social experiments I have ever seen. If that doesn't highlight the truth of what you receive when you activate in your erotic energy, when you answer your erotic siren call, because let me tell you something, when you answer the calling of going into the spotlight, like many of you are supposed to, divine feminines, if you're listening to this, you are. It's not just love you receive, it's hate. Not everybody's going to like your song or your soundtrack or your album. Not going to like the way you dance, the way that you dress. But this doesn't give you paved way to be an asshole or a bitch, because there's such a thing as false confidence too. Like when we talk about activating your sensual energy, this isn't for those of you who put on the air or even the mask of being activated, because you can see when that's fake too. You can see when confidence is fake. You can see when, people try to put on this air. Like, I don't care. I don't care what they say. That ain't cute either. This isn't for you either. Because we don't like fake confidence and we don't like unhealthy egos. We don't like bitches. No one wants a bitch who's really insecure but trying to act like she's all that. This isn't for you. This isn't talking about pretending to be confident. We're talking about embodying your ancient frequency, which is God and Goddess frequency, which is your siren energy. This is remembering a you that's always been there. Not putting on the mask, pretending that you're there. You know what I'm saying? Putting on a wig, putting on some heels, and putting on whatever you think you're putting on, but we can see through you. I'm hearing, oh my God, we can Jada Pinkett and Low Down Dirty Shame. I can see right through all that Maybelline that you ain't nothing but a gold digging skank. Okay, we're not talking about y'all. We can see y'all from a mile away. I know. The Lilith energy is awake, honey. I am Legion. If you want to know what that means, get your copy of the Erotic Siren Call. For those of you who are ready for the deep dives as it relates to embodying your sensual energy, awakening and activating your siren for your missions and purposes in the spotlight, for the stage, it's time for you to work one-on-one with me. Email me. Okay, information's in the description box. Become a member over on Patreon. That's where all the deep dives are. There's only so much I can say here on YouTube because I'm tired of getting shadow banned. I mean, I say the word pussy a lot and cocks, and become a member over on Patreon. That's where the raw, yummy, juicy, delicious, unfiltered stuff is. If you are ready for those deep dives and remembering your power and your erotic purpose, embodying your sensual energy for your erotic purpose, then become a member. Work one-on-one with me. Don't forget to get your copy of Activate. It's available on Amazon in paperback or ebook. Also, there's some new merch coming out. I can't wait for y'all to see it. I'm so excited. I'm gonna just be rocking it. some new merch coming out. I've discontinued a lot of the merch, and it's going away. It's gone bye-bye. You cannot buy it anymore. Okay, there's only certain pieces that are there, but there's some new merch coming, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. So keep a lookout. If this resonated with you, if you like this, make sure you hype this video. Make sure you like this. Make sure you share this. Make sure you get in the comments. I want to hear from you. I want to know which siren you feel is your signature siren. If you know that you're called into the public eye and you're divine feminine, what is your signature siren? Signature siren, put it in the chat. By the way, when you activate your signature siren, it is a name that you are conjuring and commanding and awakening within you. But you also come up with your own name. So for example, how I say, Miss Burgess, if you're nasty, I'm Timmesha. Miss Burgess, if you're nasty, aka Nova, aka Legion, aka Sunshine. How I say that? Like your signature siren is a name that you command and conjure within you, but there's also a name that you are going to create in connection with that signature siren. We talk more about that when you work one-on-one with me. I'm going to end it here. This is going on long enough. I will see y'all. I'll speak to y'all in the next episode. Ciao for now.